Good morning, my fellow Earthlings. I am making this video on Thursday morning when I teach a 45-minute class called Happy Hands and Heart. This is all about releasing tension from the upper body so that you can prevent this, which is check yourself before you T-Rex yourself. This class is a very gentle flow. You do not need any special props to do this class. You don't even really need a yoga mat. You can always just stretch a blanket out on the floor. The props that I am using this morning are a rolled up blanket and a couch pillow, so feel free to snag those props. The very last posture that we're going to do is a resting posture where you'll use those props to support the upper back and maybe the back of your head. So I'm going to be teaching while I'm demonstrating the yoga. This is a live stream session that I'm getting ready to start. So I'm going to be looking at the computer over here for the folks that are joining us for the live stream. And I'm recording here so that you can take this session with me anytime you want. So I invite you to get a yoga mat or a blanket that you would like to stretch out on, and then get yourself a pillow and maybe a rolled up blanket. You can also use a rolled up beach towel or a couch cushion, a bed pillow, really anything that you would like to be able to support the body. This is mostly a floor practice, and as with any class that you take online where you're going to be moving your body, pay attention to your body's signals. If they tell you that it's time, if your body signals tell you that it's time to stop, or if you're encountering pain of any kind, stop, back off, do something else, or just stop for a little while. This video is perfect because you can stop it, you can rewind it, you can take it as many times as you need to. Welcome back to yourself, y'all. Let's get started in an easy seat. We're gonna start the session with some easy breath. Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here. So we're gonna start in an easy seat, whatever that means for you. So that can be different for all of us. Maybe you like to sit with your legs folded under you. Maybe you like to sit crisscross applesauce. Maybe this is comfortable. Maybe you wanna put something up underneath your seat, like this lovely blanket. If you have a meditation cushion or anything like that. We're going to begin with some breath work. So we're going to do two different variations of breath work. The first one is called, I'm so glad you're here. I am also recording this morning, so come on in and join us. We're starting with our skull shining breath. This breath has a lot of different names depending on the tradition that the teacher was trained in. So in some traditions, it's called Kapalabhati breathing. You may know it by other names. The exhale is the main point of this breath. And what we're going to do is take a gentle inhale, and then we're going to use the abdominal muscles to really sharply exhale, and push the breath out. Now there's two different ways that you can exhale. You can exhale through the nostrils, or you can exhale through the mouth. If you're exhaling through the nostrils and you got any kind of snot to deal with, I encourage you to have a handkerchief or some tissues nearby. So for this particular breath, we're going to do this for 1 full minute, okay? And follow along, just watch what I'm up to and then follow along as you like. Here we go, a full minute of skull shining breath, gentle inhale, sharp exhale. Push that air out of the body. Okay, keep going. Take a break when you need to. Few more seconds. And then pause, breathe naturally, whatever makes you comfortable. All right, dealing with a little technical issue there. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is sun breath. Lots of variations on sun breath too. I invite you to follow along. We're also going to do this breath for a little bit. So we're going to do 90 seconds of sun breath, okay? So let's get started. We're gonna send the arms out stretched with the palms facing up, and then we're gonna take an inhale as we reach the arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down with the palms together through heart center, and then pause here, pressing the palms together. And then we're gonna turn the fingertips down and lift the wrists up. Keep breathing really deep inhales, sigh on your exhale if you need to, or breathe out through the nostrils. And then we're gonna wrap the hands back behind us, interlacing the fingers, pull the shoulder blades together, and then take another breath to roll the head around. Little neck stretch here. And when you come back up to neutral, let's do a few more. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale the palms down, pause here, press the palms together, 90-degree angle, stretching through the palms and the wrists, turn the fingertips down, pull the wrists up. Keep breathing. Wrap the hands around, pull the shoulder blades together, lift your chin, roll the head. Yes, good stuff, y'all. Okay, let's come back to neutral, reach the arms out. We're gonna move a little faster, inhale up. Exhale, palms together, heels of the hands together, turn the fingertips down, lift the heels of the hands, and wrap the hands around the back, interlace the fingers, roll the head around. We're gonna do one more and then we'll finish up. Bring the arms out, reach up, breathe in. Exhale, bring the palms back down, turn the fingertips down, pull the wrists up. Release the fingers, bring the back behind you, pull the shoulder blades together, roll the head. Yay, so good, y'all. Okay, there's our gentle breathing warm up. Now we're gonna move into child's pose. All right, I'm gonna demonstrate a couple of different variations. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. We're gonna do some freestyle neck rolls first. Before we move into child's pose, come on back up to your seat. And then we're just gonna add on to what we were doing earlier. Just keep going, rolling the head around the neck. Maybe turn the head side to side. Maybe you lift the chin, tuck the chin. Just notice how many directions your head will move. And I invite you here at the beginning, because we're gonna come back to doing neck rolls towards the end of this session. So I invite you to really notice as you're doing this now, where you're encountering places that feel extra tense or sticky. Don't have to do anything about it, just noticing. Take a little more time here. Big deep breaths. Remember to fill your rib cage up entirely. Lengthen your exhale. All right, come on back to neutral, and now for real, let's move into child's pose. So for those of you who are with me this morning, go ahead and move into whatever variation of child's pose you like. I'm going to demonstrate a few for the recording. I'm going to start with seated child's pose since I'm close to that one already. So seated child's pose, we're going to come to an easy seat. You can either bring the knees together and wrap your hands around the knees, or you can bring the feet apart. Let your front body have some room here, interlacing the fingers. The intention here is to really round the spine. So tuck your chin, let your head hang. There's seated child's pose. Here are other variations of child's pose. You may find this one really nice. Folding over. Extended child's pose. You let your hips sink back to your heels, stretch the arms out, let your head rest on the mat, or if you want, you can bring some support underneath the forehead. Here's another variation, infant pose, where we bring the hands back around to the feet. Same thing, let your head rest either on the mat or on some support like a folded up blanket. And now we're gonna pause here and just rest in child's pose for several more breaths. Take your time, rest here for a little bit. In our child's pose, we're also still breathing really deeply. Notice the sound of your breath as you fill up on the inhale, let your rib cage expand entirely. Lengthen your exhale. Breathe out a little bit more before you breathe in. Two more gigantic breaths. Really fill up. Feel the expansion of your rib cage in 360 degrees. Sigh it away. Keep breathing out. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. Squeeze something out of the bottom. And then one more giant inhale. Awesome, y'all. Now let's move up into tabletop. Come to all fours. And then we're going to tuck the toes and lift into downward facing dog. This is always optional. If downward facing dog is not a great shape for you, you can stay in tabletop. Either way, move your hips from one side to the other, whether you're in downward dog or tabletop. Let your head drop. Let the head get really heavy here. Next up, we're going to move into a forward fold. So walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet, either way. And then when you get to your forward fold, let's move into ragdoll. So folding the arms together, let your head really get heavy here. And then once we're in our forward fold, we're really going to focus on lengthening through the back of the body. So bend one knee, keeping the other one mostly straight, and then straighten the bent knee, bend the other one. And notice the stretch through the calves, the hamstrings, the low back. Let your head get heavier with every breath here. Other options, maybe sway the upper body side to side. Take some time here. There's nowhere else to be. Maybe shake the head, yes and no. Turn the head side to side. Tuck the chin. And then let your head just hang. Let your whole torso hang from the hips. Several more deep breaths here. If you're not already there, walk your feet to the back of your mat and then begin walking your hands out. Let your knees come to the earth. We're going to move into high plank. Untuck your toes. And if your knees are on the earth, go ahead and let your hips sink down and then lift your chin. Moving into King Cobra pose. And then we're going to sink a little bit further, bring the elbows down to the earth for Sphinx pose. So for Sphinx pose, awesome, I see that. Bring your elbows to a 90-degree angle. Your upper arms are going to be up by the rib cage. Spread the fingers nice and wide here. All right, now this is already a pretty massive back bend. So you can stay right here. If this is everything that you need, if you're at 100%, stay right here. If you want a little bit more of the back bend that's happening here, you can bring the heels up, pulling them towards the back of the head. You can lift one foot and maybe turn your head and look over the opposite shoulder. As many variations as you want to take, or you can just hang in locust. Several deep breaths here. All right, next up we're going to move to side lying Buddha. Doesn't matter which side you start on, we're going to do both. So I'm going to demonstrate this morning. We're going to do side lying Buddha, and then from side lying Buddha there are lots of different variations. I'm going to demonstrate all of them this morning. So if you're joining me online this morning, enjoy whatever variation you like best. I am currently demonstrating the highest setting, which is bringing the palm to the earth, the elbows mostly straight, and then we're letting this side of the body just kind of sink towards the earth so we can get that side stretch happening. All right, here's the highest setting. Next down, bringing the elbow, the forearm to the earth, and then same thing, we're just letting gravity create the rest of the stretch here. So letting the torso sink towards the earth to create that stretch. If you want to keep going a little bit lower with this one, you can slide the elbow out and rest the head in the palm. And that might find some new sensations there. And then for the very lowest setting of side lying Buddha, you can allow the head to rest on the upper arm. Now from here, there are a few other things that you can access, and one of them is cat pulling its tail. So for that pose, you let your top knee come down to the earth, and then you use your top hand to hold on to the top of the bottom foot. So here's cat pulling its tail. And another pose that you can access from here is called sleeping deer. And so for that one, we bring the top knee back up and pull the bottom knee up, stretching the top leg out, and then we turn towards the mat with the torso and the head, and then allow the head to rest on the hands. All right, so I've gone through the whole rotation, if you will, of the different poses that are available here. So now I'm just going to hang out in silence with you for about 60 seconds. So feel free to take any one of these variations or cycle through them. Big, deep, full inhales, lengthy exhales. Most excellent. All right, so next up is fish pose. So we're gonna make our way around to the back again. We're gonna rest the hips on the earth, and we're gonna bring our elbows to the earth, and we're gonna spread the fingers, palms down, and bring them kind of halfway up under the hips. You can stretch your legs out, or if you want a little hip opener here, you can press the soles of the feet together. And then for the full variation of fish pose, we're gonna pull the shoulder blades together and ever so gently, go slow, let the head drop back. Fish pose. This is a huge stretch for the back of the, the front of the throat. Keep those shoulder blades pulled together, lifting the rib cage up towards the sky. Let the head get heavier. For a bigger stretch, pull your front teeth together. One more breath here, fill way up. Breathe out. Pull your chin to your chest, and then we're gonna sit up and change sides. Take your time, there is no rush. And we're gonna move around to side lying Buddha on the other side. And then any other pose that's accessible from here, whether you want to move it into cat pulling its tail or sleeping deer. I'm going to demonstrate all of those. So here is sleeping Buddha, the high version. Next, setting down. Elbows stretched out, head in hand. Or letting the head rest on the forearm or upper arm. And then if you want cat pulling its tail, top knee comes down, pick up your back foot and hold on to it with the top hand. And pulling the bottom knee up, stretch the top leg out, and then shift your face and torso towards the earth. Keep paying attention to your breath. Hear the sound of your inhale and the exhale. Send yourself a little gratitude for showing up for yourself right now. Couple more breaths. Big full inhale. Lengthy, luxurious exhale. And one more. All right, let's shift around to the back for fish pose again. This time I'm going to demonstrate just leaving the legs out in front, straight. Bring the hands under the hips. Spread those fingers really wide so you get the benefit of stretching the palms with the weight of the body on them. Pull those shoulder blades together. Yes. And then allow the head to go back if you want more of a stretch. Pull your front teeth together. Let's take several deep breaths here. Pull your chin back into your chest and press on up to a seat. We're going to do a simple twist this morning. If you know other variations of twisting and you want to do those variations, have at it. I'm going to demonstrate just an easy twist with crisscross applesauce. So turning over one side, doesn't matter which one you start with, bring one hand to the opposite knee, and then the free hand, bring it around to the back. And then turn and look over your back shoulder. We're going to take 3 full breaths here. Big full inhales, empty exhale. Untwist and change sides. Untwist. And then next up, we're going to do Simhasana, lion's breath. If you come to my classes at all, you know that I typically do this in just about every class, and that's because it's awesome and it is so good for us. So for Simhasana, you can just sit in an easy seat and inhale and then sigh out. If you want to move into the full shape of Simhasana, we're going to bring the knees to the earth, spread wide, and then we're going to bring the toes together back behind us. Now, if for any reason this is not comfortable to you, you can always just do this from crisscross applesauce or any other seat. For the rest of Simhasana, we're going to turn the fingertips to face in towards the body and lay the palms on the earth. All right, so here's where some of that happy hands part comes in for this session, right? So we're really stretching the palms out here and the inside of the wrists. All right. So normally I say we're going to do however many rounds of breath. Today, we're just going to do 1 full minute of lion's breath. So however many that you can get in that 60 seconds, here we go. Breathe in. Roar, yawn, sigh. Keep going. We're about halfway there. Keep roaring. Make sure you open that jaw, even if you don't stick your tongue out. All right, let go of the hands, shake them out, and now we're going to move around to an easy seat, whatever that means for you. And now is where we're going to really start focusing on easing tension out of the upper body. We're going to start with our shoulder lifts and drops, and we're going to do a lift on one shoulder and drop, and then lift and drop the other shoulder. We're going to do 3 rounds for each side. Lift a shoulder up, breathe in. Weigh in. Use your exhale to let it drop. Second one, breathe in, reach up. Exhale, let it drop. Good stuff. One more. Awesome. Other side. Twice more. Last one. Relax and breathe. Okay, now we're going to do 3 rounds for both shoulders. Inhale to lift. Exhale, let them drop. Twice more. Last one. Okay, so next up, we're gonna inhale the shoulders up, and then we're gonna use the exhale to really pull the shoulder blades together, and then pull them down and release. All right, here we go, 3 rounds. Inhale up, exhale back, and down. Keep exhaling. Release, relax. Here we go, 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades together, way together, and then way down. Keep exhaling. Pull the shoulders down. Exhale. Release. Here we go, last one. Inhale up. Exhale back. Roll them down. Keep exhaling. And release. Nicely done. Relax. Let the shoulders drop. Okay, next up, we're gonna lift them up and then we're gonna roll them forward and down. So this is a lot of effort. We're putting a lot of strategy in here to really get the full rotation of the rotator cuffs and the shoulder blades. So we're gonna inhale up, come on up. On the exhale, pull the collarbones towards each other, shoulder blades apart. Pull them way together and then press them down. Keep exhaling and release. Okay, here we go. Twice more. Inhale up. Exhale, roll forward. Press down. Release. And last one. Inhale up. Exhale, roll forward. Press down. Exhale. And release. So good. All right, and then just freestyle, roll them around. Send them up and down, roll them back, maybe one at a time, change direction. Good stuff. All right, y'all. Next up, we're gonna do neck rolls, and this time we're gonna apply a lot of strategy to it. So we're gonna drop right ear to right shoulder, pause here. And now stretch the left hand out, touch the fingertips to the earth, and then bring your right hand up and over so that it rests over the left ear. We're not pulling, we're not yanking. Just let the weight of your hand add some gravity to the head. Deep breath in. Stay here for the exhale. And then release the top hand, the right hand, and let it rest in your lap. And now we're gonna start making some really slow, gentle circles with the head. So first we're gonna turn the head, keep it over the right shoulder, turn the chin, and look down at the right side of your mat. Take a breath, deep inhale. As you exhale, keep your chin over your right shoulder and start to look up. Keep your chin over your right shoulder, keep looking up. Chin over the right, keep looking up. When you're looking all the way up and you're still over to the right, then begin bringing your chin towards the center. Keep your teeth pulled together if you want a nice big stretch for the front of the throat, and keep looking up. Now we're moving our vision to the center. And then ever so slowly begin looking towards the left. Keep the chin lifted. Keep your teeth pulled together for the maximum stretch here. And when you're looking all the way up and all the way left, then very gently, easy does it, start to look towards the wall. And then easy does it, start looking down towards the earth until your chin is tucked in towards the left. And then pause here as you're looking down at the left. Breathe in, stay here for the exhale. And now turn your face towards the front, let your left ear drop towards the left shoulder. Awesome. And now reach your right hand out, touch the earth with your fingertips. Bring your left hand up and over. Let your left hand rest on the right ear. Breathe here. Release the hand from the head and bring your head back up to neutral. And this time we're going to pull the chin down towards the collarbones and lift the chest up towards the chin. So really lengthening up through the back of the neck here. If you want to add to this, give yourself a hug. Spread the shoulder blades way apart. Two more deep breaths here. Really expand your inhale to the upper back. Release your hug if you gave yourself one. Let your hands relax. Take a breath, neutral. And then we're going to bring the hands back behind us, rest the palms on the earth, lean back, pull those shoulder blades together, lift your chin, pull your teeth together, drop your head back. Now while you're here, turn your chin left and right, stretching through the side of the throat. Go slow and easy here. Come back to center, pull the chin back in, bring the head back to neutral, bring your hands back to your lap, and now turn your chin over your left shoulder. Stay here, deep breath, and then tilt your head back a little bit. Bring the head back to neutral, upright, turn and look towards your right shoulder, and then tilt the head back a little bit. Bring your head back to neutral, and then face forward. Okay, so if there's anything else that you noticed that you needed on the strategy stretches, take a moment to do some more freestyle. So if there's anything that we missed in that part of the session, go ahead and get some freestyle in. And now as we wrap up, we're going to start really focusing on the hands. So bring both hands out, palms facing out, fingers spread really wide as you can get them. Spread your fingers as far apart as they can get from each other, and then wiggle them around. And then roll the hands around the wrists with the fingers still spread really wide. Change direction a couple of times. Full rotation. Awesome. And then we're going to pull all of the fingers and the thumbs together, and then same thing, rotate them around the wrists. Change direction a couple of times. And then we're going to fold the thumbs in and wrap the fingertips around, and then roll the hands around the wrists again. All right, good deal. So this time we're going to bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, and press it. Nice snap, crackle, pop there. And then press the palms out away from you. Yes, good stuff. Let's take two more breaths. Really press your fingertips away from you. Press the palms open. Whew. Let it go, shake it out. Maybe get the elbows involved. And then we're going to take care of the individual fingers and the web between the thumb and the index finger. So send one hand out and then use the ring finger of the opposite hand to wrap around the pinky and pull the pinky way back. Take a breath, breathe in. Let it go. One breath for each finger. Keep going. Switch hands. We'll take care of the web separately. Use the ring finger of the opposite hand. Pull the pinky back. Breathe in and out. last up, well, second to last up for our hand shapes. We're going to bring the hands, arms akimbo, and we're just going to let the hands rest here. So this is a good stretch for the muscles between the thumb and the forefinger, but you may notice some other sensations that arise as you breathe here. Let your shoulders sink. Let your arms be heavy here. And our last hand shape, our last mudra, is Yoni Mudra. So we'll begin by bringing the palms together, and then we're going to interlace the last 3 fingers, leaving the index fingers up, and then we're going to press the thumbs down. And then Yoni Mudra, to get the full stretch here, we rest down in the lap. Now, if you need that energy of Yoni Mudra in front of some area of the body, hold it there. If you want to bring it all the way down, you're going to get the maximum stretch. This is the last working shape, so you can stay here for as long as you like. The official time is going to be 30 seconds. Stay longer if you like. I'll let you know when we have reached 30 seconds. We've reached 30 seconds. If you need more, feel free to stay in Yoni Mudra. If you're ready to move to the final resting shape, which is supported fish, I'm going to demonstrate a couple of variations of supported fish. So for supported fish, we stretch out on the back and then we create some lift for the upper back and maybe also the head. And so you can determine exactly how intense you want this to be. The higher your support, the higher the rib cage, the more intense this will be. So I'm going to start with the highest setting, piling a blanket on top of a couch pillow, and then I'm going to bring that support all the way to the back of the hips. Yep, I see you getting settled in over there. Nicely done. And then allow your back to rest on the support and then let the head come back. Now, if that's way too intense, if you don't want that much of a stretch for the upper body, then make your support lower and maybe even bring that extra support underneath the back of the head. So you can make this as easygoing or as intense as you like. If you want a little bit more stretch through the front of the chest, you can reach the arms out to a T with the palms facing up. Once you're in supported fish, let gravity take over. And as you settle into supported fish, I invite you to just bring in a little meditation here, using your mind to focus on gravity holding your body. Use your mind to focus on the body, the muscles softening, relaxing. Let your forehead soften, your eyelids, your jaw. Let the muscles around your nostrils and your cheeks relax. And then do nothing. For the next 3 minutes, there is nothing to do. Breathe deeply. Welcome back to yourself. If you would like to remain in supported fish pose and rest for as long as you like, feel free to do so. I'm going to close our session this morning with a brief meditation. Safe, healthy, happy, and free. You, me, everyone, all beings, everywhere and always. Let's go be a mighty kindness. Peace. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. I want to give you just a really quick reminder about supported fish pose. I'm a side sleeper. Maybe you're a side sleeper too, or maybe you have a job where you spend a lot of time with your elbows bent and your hands curled in towards the body. Supported fish is one of the very best poses for easing that tension out of this set of muscles, the pectoral muscles and all the muscles through the arms and the hands, especially if you lay with your arms outstretched. So feel free to use that pose first thing in the morning when you get up or before you go to bed as a way of easing that tension out of the body. Thank you so much for being with me this morning. And thank you for being with me on this video anytime that you're watching it. I'll see y'all next time.